When our generation thinks of leaders who inspire or has created a great impact on our world, we think of characters from the Bible or the Bible itself with the quote, "Rise up, this matters in your hands. We will support you, so take courage and do it." Ezra 10:4. Or we could think of Gandhi, who says, "Be the change you want to see in the world." Or better yet, we even think of Martin Luther King Jr., who states, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." Many of us hear these quotes and we become inspired, and we want to become a change. We want to help create that change. We want a better environment for ourselves. But many of us feel like we're too young to do that. But not Greta Thunberg. If y'all do not know Greta Thunberg was born January 3rd of 2003, which means she's exactly our age. And by the time she was 16 years old, she was Time Magazine's Person of the Year, and she won the Kids' Rights Children's Peace Prize of 2019. Greta Thunberg has become the voice of the climate change movement. She has mobilized over 7 million children to strike for climate justice. She has donated $100,000 to children who were affected by the coronavirus. According to Kevin Anderson, who is a professor of energy at the University of Manchester, states that she demonstrates more clarity and leadership in one speech than a quarter of a century combined of so-called world leaders. It's just mind-boggling to see that someone our age is able to take charge, and many people will say that all she does is protest, she doesn't act on it. She traveled from the UK to the US in just a boat, which took 2 weeks. It was a zero emissions boat. She only ate freeze-dried fruit. She did not shower, and she had to go to the bathroom in a bucket. You Can you imagine sacrificing your own personal hygiene and your health to act on something that everybody should be acting on? Everybody should care. And it's even crazier to think that Greta Thunberg was diagnosed with Asperger's, which is on the spectrum of autism, which a lot of people see that as a disability or she's handicapped, but she thinks of it as more of a superpower. Varshini Prakash, who's founder of the Sunlight Movement, stated that she symbolizes the agony, the frustration, the desperation, and the anger, and on some level, the hope of many young people who won't even be aged to vote by the time their futures are doomed. She founded Fridays for Futures, which is a protest where she stood outside of the Swedish parliament to protest against inaction on climate change. Greta Thunberg has risked her personal hygiene, her education, and many friends and followers to act on what she feels as though is right. And I feel like that's inspirational as a whole. She has impacted our youth of today. She has provided a sense of just somebody my age is doing something about a big issue that's going on in our world. If she can do it, I can too. Which then it just becomes a domino effect. And Gandhi says to be the change you want to see in the world. Greta Thunberg is the peak of seeing a change that you want to see in the world and acting on it and providing us as a generation of a new future and a plan for our kids.